Bison graced your village was the most important day of your life. But for me, it was Tuesday.
The main villain of the Street Fighter series, M.Bison, leader of the Shadowloo terrorist organization, is a psychotic mastermind with plans of world domination and human control. In today's episode, insights about M.Bison's concept and design from his creators at Capcom, and some revealing facts you might not know about the tyrannical dictator himself, the origins of M.Bison. Welcome to the Street Fighterverse. M.Bison was designed by Akira Akiman Yasuda and Yuko Ikusan Nakayama. Both were very influential in the early stages of the Street Fighter game's development. M.Bison's concept and design were based on Washisaki, in which translated means Eagle Cape, a villain from the manga and anime Rikyo, created by Masahiko Takajo and Setsuya Saruwatari. Washisaki is one of the main antagonists in the series. He shares the same world domination vision as M.Bison. Another inspiration for M.Bison's creation is based on Yasunori Keto, the main antagonist of the Japanese film Tokyo, The Last Megapolis, which is also known as Teito Monogatari. Yasunori Keto is an evil sorcerer wielding the power of several long-dead mystics who wants to destroy Tokyo and cripple the Japanese Empire in order to fulfill a 2,000-year-old curse. Both M.Bison and Yasunori Keto look very similar and have supernatural abilities, which they use for evil. M.Bison's clothing consists of a red military uniform, with large shoulder plates, wristbands, and shin guards. The shin guards in M.Bison's uniform are based on the style of the Universal Wrestling Federation of Japan, used in the mid-1980s. On his peaked service cap, there is a skull insignia of his crime syndicate, known as the Shadowloo. Originally called Shadow Law, the Shadowloo is a very powerful and deadly criminal organization, managed by M.Bison and is responsible for dealing biochemical engineering and arms within the Street Fighter universe. As the founder and leader of the Shadowloo, M.Bison uses as many illegal methods as possible to achieve his destructive and barbaric goals, ranging from drug trafficking to illegal human experimentation. His uniform resembles Japanese and Chinese imperial uniforms, with the color of the uniform being red. His uniform may also have influences on the uniforms worn by the SS officers from the Nazi Germany. The skull on M.Bison's visor and the first letter of the Shadowloo on his belt is shaped as a single Zig runa. The Zig runa symbolizes victory. It represents the sun. M.Bison wears a dark-colored cape in the Alpha series, where he appears with his original body. From Street Fighter II on, and in the Capcom vs SNK series, he appears with a much slimmer body and removes his cape before battle. M.Bison has neatly cut black hair under his peaked cap, which he is almost never seen without. His eyes were originally red, both within and outside the irises, though the irises were still visible. After Street Fighter II Hyper Fighting, they were changed to a complete ghastly white. His eyes will glow pink when his psycho power is glowing. In Street Fighter V, Bison's look has changed. Bison wears a trench coat over his outfit with the cape. His hair has also turned white, with the extensive use of his psycho power. The psycho power is M.Bison's source of evil, negative and psychotic energy. Psycho power has been described as the dark side of the soul power, a power demonstrated by Rose. The psycho power can be compared to the dark side of the Force in Star Wars, and Rose's soul power to the Force. The psycho power feeds off the fear, anger, and the hatred of others. This energy can also affect the skin, body, color, eyes, and hair of people, as shown in the case of Violent Ken and Bison. There isn't much known about the history of the psycho power and the users before the time of Shadowloo, including how M.Bison obtained the secrets of soul power's negative aspects, except that it is amplified by negative emotions such as hatred, and that to master it, one must purge all good and light within oneself. It is rumored that in the past, M.Bison's master was the only known person in the world who could manipulate it. It is also said that, before his death at the hands of Bison, he passed the power to only 3 students, Bison himself being one of them. M.Bison has several moves in which he unleashes his psycho power. Those moves are his Psycho Crusher, Head Press, Psycho Inferno, and Double Knee Press. M.Bison also uses his psycho power in a variety of weapons which are Psycho Drive. In the Street Fighter Alpha series, Shadaloo had created the Psycho Drive, a weapon that can be used to store psycho power for brainwashing people at the request of Bison himself. Beelzebub. Beelzebub is a satellite used by Shadaloo that is referred in various supplemental materials. Shadaloo uses Beelzebub to study Pandora. Beelzebub is also known to have orbital laser cannon capabilities, utilizing psycho power as a power source. Crystal Idol. In Street Fighter II V, the Crystal Idol seems to be energized by psycho power and has a telepathic link to Bison's mind, as it can call out to him, allowing him to travel into a self-contained dimension where every power that has existed beyond space-time is contained. M.Bison is an archetypal villain, motivated by his own self-serving interests and lust for absolute power through world domination. He is a megalomaniacal and psychopathic dictator and terrorist who seeks to rule the world with an iron fist, whilst also being universally regarded as the greatest and most powerful martial artist of all time, and will readily destroy anything or anyone who dares to stand between him and his goals. Possessing a vast ego and god complex, Bison is physically incapable of feeling empathy for others, and even takes pleasure in watching people suffer at his hands, never feeling a shed of regret or remorse for the numerous atrocities that he has committed. In many ways, Bison's characterization is comparable to the clinical diagnosis of a real-life psychopath. Bison's malevolence and sadism are reflected in his iconic smile, a very wide grin that exposes not just all the teeth, but even the gums. One of the most iconic actors that have portrayed M.Bison in movies was actor Raul Julia, famous for his quote in the Street Fighter the movie, "For you, the day Bison graced your village was the most important day of your life. But for me, it was Tuesday." This perfectly cemented the attitude of Bison towards everything, feeling lack of compassion or remorse. Raul Julia perfectly embodied the part of M.Bison. We, the Street Fighter universe, want to give homage to this amazing Puerto Rican actor, Raul Rafael Julia. Thank you for the memories. In this episode, we explain the origins of the villainous M.Bison. We discuss its development and inspiration behind his character. We also talked about the psycho power and its energy. So, what do you like about M.Bison? Let us know in the comments section down below. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell to stay up to date on new theories and info. Thank you for watching. This has been your Street Fighter host. Welcome to the center stage.